There was a very long period when, in discussions about Southeast Asian football, Thailand was not only the strongest team, but also a model of development for the entire region. They dominated the AFF Cup for many years, winning titles frequently, and often entering the tournament as the clear favorite. Thailand's old model at that time worked effectively for several very specific reasons. The Thai league developed early and became more professional than the rest of the region. Players competed in a stable environment, possessed superior individual technique, and adopted a ball control philosophy that suited the general level of Southeast Asian football during that period. When opponents still relied heavily on raw physicality and simple organization, Thailand's technical style, short passing combinations, and control of tempo became an advantage that was almost impossible to neutralize. But after 2020, the trend began to shift. If we look at selected data from the national team, Thailand still managed to win regional titles, but their win rate against strong Southeast Asian opponents no longer remained as dominant as before. Matches against Vietnam or Indonesia have become increasingly balanced, and there have even been periods when Thailand struggled to control games in their usual manner. On the Asian stage, in tournaments such as the Asian Cup or the World Cup qualifiers, Thailand usually stops at the level of competitiveness. They give the impression of a well-organized team with a clear identity, but they lack the ability to break through the average level of the continent. The key point is that this stagnation does not come from a sudden decline in player quality, but from the fact that the old model no longer creates a clear advantage in a changing environment. At youth level, a similar picture appears. Thailand's U23 and U20 teams are still well-trained, technically capable, and rich in individual talent. But results in the AFC Youth Championships show that they no longer reach the deeper stages consistently. During the same period, Vietnam advanced further in the AFC U23 Championship, while Indonesia accelerated strongly with a generation of young players trained and competing under European standards. The difference is not that Thailand's development has worsened, but rather a delay in generational transition and the absence of breakthrough individuals capable of lifting the entire team above the general level. As opponents have raised the output standard for young players, maintaining a good but less innovative system has gradually caused Thailand to lose its pioneering advantage. At the tactical level, this is the key issue. The technical, possession-based style that prioritizes short passing once helps Thailand dominate the region. However, in the context of modern Asian football, this approach has begun to reveal its limitations. When opponents increase pressing intensity, reduce space, and transition faster, controlling the ball no longer means controlling the match. Thailand may keep possession for long periods, but they struggle to create clear advantages at decisive moments, especially when forced to play continuously at a high tempo. This is directly related to physicality and match intensity. In many important games, Thai players often perform well in the first half, but gradually fade when opponents maintain high pressing for the full 90 minutes. It is not because they lack basic fitness, but because Thailand's training and competition model has not placed enough emphasis on adapting to prolonged high intensity, something that is becoming the new standard at both regional and continental levels. The relationship between clubs and the national team is also a point that needs to be examined honestly. The Thai League remains the strongest competition in Southeast Asia. It operates stably, has good professional quality and foreign players, and Thai clubs regularly participate in and advance past the group stage of Asian club competitions. However, that very stability creates a paradox. The Thai League produces players suited to the rhythm and demands of domestic competition, but they do not always fully meet the tactical requirements and intensity of the national team in high-level international matches. This mismatch prevents the strength of the club system from being fully converted into national team performance. In terms of overseas players, Thailand is not inferior to the rest of the region in the number of players playing abroad, especially in Japan and South Korea. However, most of these players struggle to secure long-term starting roles, receive limited playing time, and do not have enough influence within their teams to create a systemic boost for the national squad. Playing abroad provides experience and new perspectives, but when the number of players who truly master elite environments remains small, the cumulative impact is still limited. Meanwhile, rivals such as Vietnam and Indonesia have changed more decisively. Vietnam has invested long-term in youth development, improving tactical discipline and the ability to withstand high intensity. while Indonesia has embraced a major overhaul in personnel and physicality, creating a team rich in speed and power. The biggest difference lies not in current quality, but in direction. When all these factors are placed side by side, it becomes clear that Thai football has not collapsed. It has not lost its foundation, its domestic league, or its development system. The issue is that it is trapped in a model that once brought success, a model that is still good, but no longer sufficient to create an advantage in a faster-moving environment. As regional football evolves more rapidly in terms of physicality, tactics, and development philosophy, maintaining stability for too long has unintentionally become a constraint. And that is the deepest reason why Thai football has stagnated. Not because it has become weaker, but because it has stood still in a race where everyone else is running faster.